All Hachette Part Works magazines set in Warhammer 40k universe have issue number 5 with a unique miniature. In Combat Patrol, it is Infernus Marine Sergeant. In Imperium magazine, it was Primaris Captain, a really cool looking one. And today we take a look at the very first of those unique magazine-only minis, Lieutenant Calsius from Conquest magazine, issue number 5. Hello my friends, my name is Max, and today we are going to open this really nice and old Conquest magazine. As you can see, the packaging is a little bit old, and that is because this magazine is several years old by now. Inside, we find the Calsius miniature sprue with a 40mm base, and let's go ahead and open it. So, this magazine comes to us directly from year 2018. This is 1 year after the release of the 8th edition, where Primaris Space Marines were introduced. And as an incentive to buy these magazines, they provided us with a unique mini that is only found in this particular magazine. Nowhere else. And this is Lieutenant Calsius. As you can see, this is a fairly standard Primaris Space Marine looking miniature. Has two heads options here, the helmeted one and the bare head. And I think this is the only customization that this set is allowing. We're definitely gonna build him later on this channel, so stay tuned. But let's take a look at the magazine contents itself. Normally, by this... Oh, you see, it falls off, so that is why you're supposed to use a binder. Normally, by now, you already know a little bit of lore about Imperium, the grim darkness of the far future, where is always war, and Space Marines. We expect to see a little bit more fluff, rules for using this mini on the battlefield, and some instructions on how to build this guy. We start with the Space Marine Lieutenants. They explain us who these guys are. There comes a little bit of interesting information over here. And this is Primaris Lieutenant Calsius. Have a really beautiful art. I think he was actually mentioned in one of Combat Patrol magazines recently. We have seen him before in Combat Patrol. There is some information about lieutenants. So this is usually how the helmet looks like, and the knee insignia and whatnot. Then they explain us what kind of weapons a Space Marine can wield in the battlefield. Power weapons, really cool looking imagery of power weapons and whatnot. And this is some information about Nova Thulium. This is apparently a place where Space Marines are battling orcs, and this is where Lieutenant Calsius is operating apparently. It's gonna be interesting to read this up. And here we see the assembly instructions. This mini, as you can see, requires some clippers and glue. It's not push fit. It will require some assembly stuff. And here we have a set of assembly instructions. And as you can see, the only choice that we have to make is the head. And yeah, I think we're gonna go with the cool helmeted head because I really like how it looks like. Further on, we have some instructions how to paint our Calsius. Base coating, Abaddon Black for joints, Retributor armor for golden parts, lead belcher. Some parts are supposed to have lead belcher. Some details. They tell us how to paint him battle ready kind of style. And this is apparently how we can use Calsius with some other minis from first magazine. So these 3 Space Marines, 2 Intercessors and the Intercessor Sergeant. You get them in the very first Conquest magazine, and we have seen it before. We had a video, we're opening first Conquest magazine, and these guys are supposed to be in second, third, fourth magazines. So some mutated Poxwalkers and Plague Marines. Rules update, this is how you play them. Characters in your game, tactical precision. You're basically learning how to play the game here. More tips and more scenarios. And extra rules. Bolt pistol. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if Calsius is supposed to use one, but nevertheless. And here, of course, they have some information how to subscribe to Conquest. Don't try to do it now, it's already out of print. I'm pretty sure all over the world it is already out of print too. But you can see that these guys are pretty much the poster boys for the 8th edition and Primaris Space Marines. Namely, this Captain and Gravis armor was in Dark Imperium books. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna build him at some point here too. I have built already 2 of them. I even painted one. And I have at least one more to build later. I'm not entirely sure how many minis I have to build. And they also spoil what kind of content is gonna be in next magazines, in issue 6 and 7. And in issue 6 you are supposed to get more Death Guard guys. They actually look really cool. And number 7 was supposed to be about paints. Alright, my friends, that is pretty much it for today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have read this magazine, if you have purchased this Lieutenant Calsius, if you fielded him on the battlefield. I would really like to know that. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It will really help me to move forward. And I will see you guys in the next one. Max is out. Take care. Bye.